Look like we is live. Okay, boys and girls. They say that when you're a professional wrestler, you like to do things by the seat of your pants, and this is by the seat of my pants, even though you can't see my pants, so I might not even be wearing pants. But welcome to Goldberg's Garage. It's been a long time. First and foremost, I must say I apologize for not being up to date with my videos. The reality is we have been filming a television show, and it's named Carlectables. It's an 8-episode series on Paramount Plus, and unfortunately, I don't have an air date yet, but I can tell you that it is going to be the preeminent badass car show on the planet. As an example, one of the this is kind of tip of the iceberg for each of the episodes. One of the episodes we flew to Mark Worman's place in Salem, Oregon, Graveyard Cars, and I did a vehicle swap with him. So I had a 1968 GTX hardtop, and we traded cars for a 1970 Coronet. The Coronet will be built throughout the off-season and hopefully be presented to you guys fully finished on season 2. We went to Hennessy, got to drive the F5 Venom. We went to restore a muscle car in Lincoln, Nebraska. My buddy Dave Hall did a little swap with a little Trans Am action. Can't go into detail. Went and visited Dennis Collins up in Dallas. Found out that the Lawman was previously owned by Carol Shelby. Yes, I said Carol Shelby. I think the value might have gone up $2 or $3. I went with a buddy of mine, Matt Kutcher, who owns Spectrum Special Effects. We went to the ATF out in Alabama. We exploded a couple of cars, which for me is always an exciting venture. We went to the Texas Drift Academy, and I found out that it wasn't very easy to drift in a 1,000 horsepower Dodge Challenger. Let's see, what else did we do? DSR, Don Schumacher Racing. I'm not going to really tell you every bit of details, but 1970 Coronet plus Dave Salvaggio caged rolling chassis plus a DSR 1200. Gonna be kind of badass. So that's another episode. Went to Bird Imports, which is a place here locally, and I traded my existing 1970 Coronet for some type of a convertible Corvette, maybe 64 Corvette. Let's just say that we had one hell of a first season. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys actually freaking love it so we can go out and film a second season. Lots of shit on tap for second season. Hopefully we're going to be able to drive the Nürburgring. One of the other episodes that I forgot to tell you about was we went to Charlotte McLaren. Got to drive the 750 LT, got to drive the Arturo, got to drive a Rolls-Royce Spectre, which was, yes, an electric car, a $500,000 electric car, no less, but yeah, you guys know me. If you see the horsepower behind me, I freaking hated it. But that's why I haven't been able to post videos as of late on this YouTube channel. But do not fret, ladies and gentlemen, because my ass is back on Goldberg's Garage. Next week, we're going to have a live special guest. It's not going to be on Friday, it's going to be on Thursday, but it's going to be a company called Hero Cover. And I will tell you a little bit about them later, but we'll be able to have them here at Goldberg's Garage. A couple of the cars right now have Hero covers on them. I know you guys have heard about them. Please go online and check out their product. It's absolutely awesome. Obviously, in the background, we have the sleigh that I used in 2019 as Santa Claus for the Dodge commercials. There's a huge story behind this car. I'm not going to go into full detail because we're going to do a full video on it, full episode on Goldberg's Garage, but let's just say it's taken like 5 years to get this thing at Goldberg's Garage. A buddy of mine, Rob Hart, and I co-own this vehicle, and we're going to be doing as much good as humanly possible. Hopefully we're going to hook up with Make-A-Wish Foundation and try to put some smiles on some kids' faces. At the end of the day, that's what life's all about. It's not about what you do for yourself, it's about what you do for others. Also, there's I don't want to use the word collaboration because that means I'm one of those guys, but I'm doing a joint venture with the Holden brothers, who ironically are neighbors of mine in that they live kind of right up the road. Their shop is right up the road. They took the 1999 Dodge 2500 that's been sitting in the back of Goldberg's garage for about 5 years, and they're making it pretty badass. I won't go into detail. I'm just teasing you a little bit and telling you episodes in the future. Quite obviously, the coolest car in my collection, even though it's not a Dodge, is a 1970 Boss 429 Mustang called the Lawman. It's on Carlectables, but we are going to feature it here at Goldberg's Garage. It's a one of two automatic Boss 429 vehicle that was campaigned over in Vietnam. A guy named Al Ekstrand came up with the Ford Performance Driving Tour, and the car is original. It's got the original motor. It's serial number 429. Campaigned over in Vietnam. It's got less than 1,000 miles on the car. A buddy of mine, Marcus Angel, who has a shop down in Scottsdale area, preeminent Ford guy, took the car for about 2 years and got it back, and the thing's absolutely beautiful. To think that I have not done an episode on the Lawman Boss 429 Super Boss is a travesty. So I guarantee you that soon we will be posting that episode. Also, I want to keep you up to date on kind of some of the stuff that I've been doing away from the automotive world. I just got back from Colombia, where I went to a place called BioAccelerator, and I got, I think, like 260 million stem cells. Quite obviously, doing that in preparation for my final match here coming up at the late summer date. I don't have the date on hand, so I cannot share that with you. But let's just say that I think it wiped 20 years off my life, and so that freaking monster that you saw traipsing around the ring years ago, smashing guys, is going to be back. What else am I doing? Weekly, I'm going to be doing a live stream on Kick. I'm not going to go into full detail, except for the fact that the guys at Advanced Sim Racing, the guys at D-Box, Semicube, Viral, they blessed me with a unbelievable race simulator. So I'm going to be racing you boys and girls out there weekly for about an hour. I think on Thursdays, live on Thursdays. So you can try to kick my ass all you want, but it's virtual racing. What else do we got? There is a new YouTube channel that I have rarely posted to, but what I'm going to do with that channel, the name of the channel is All Things Goldberg. And what I'm going to be doing there is, quite obviously, I've got a short period of time before I step into the ring again for my final match. I'm going to be showing behind the scenes footage of me lifting, of me training, of me doing kickboxing with some of the baddest dudes on the planet. That in and of itself will be unbelievable footage, because Tyrone Spong's probably going to try to kick my ass. Liam Harrison's going to probably try to kick my ass. And it's going to be really unbelievable footage. And the only place you're going to be able to see it is All Things Goldberg, which is an existing YouTube channel that I have rarely used. But I guarantee you, right around the corner, I'm going to be posting some stuff there that you're not going to want to miss. Also, I want to throw a little shout out to some sponsors that have been with me for many years, whether it's Benpack, whether it's Nitto Tires, whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's Magnaflow. Those people, those entities, those companies, Expel, they have been with me through the thick and thin. 10 years, I'd say, average on each of those sponsors. I cannot thank them enough. That kind of leads me into the next really cool thing that I'm gonna dangle in front of you guys and girls. The people who do all of the high horsepower work for all of my Dodge products. A company called Gearhead Fabrications, a buddy of mine, Mario, down in Florida. Mario and I have teamed up with DSR, which is Don Schumacher Racing, and we're gonna pull the motor out of my twin turbo Charger that has, I think, between 1,400 and 1,700 horsepower right now as it sits. And we're gonna make that thing even badder. It was built to be the first Charger in the 70s, and I can guarantee you it's gonna be even faster now. So be on the lookout for that content. It's gonna be live here on Goldberg's Garage. First and foremost, I can't thank Chad at DSR enough. Those guys are freaking awesome. They build some of the coolest motors in the world. And Carlectables, one of the episodes, I actually went on the assembly line and I was able to assemble my DSR 1200 that's going in the 1970 Coronet, which will have a roots blower on it and a big huffer sticking out of the hood, and it's gonna be absolutely freaking tire fryer. I cannot wait. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. Viper chair, I gotta throw a little shout out to you guys too. Lev Rack, you guys have always been in my corner. You guys make some of the best products. As you see, little Viper chair action right here. So again, I just wanted to update you guys and let you guys know kind of why I have been absent on the YouTube platform, and what's coming up in the future. It's gonna be really badass. First and foremost, when Carlectables comes out, I'm gonna let you guys know, and you gotta watch it. It's gonna be the preeminent car show. There aren't many car shows out there right now as it exists that are worth a shit to watch, and I can guarantee you this one is gonna be at the top of the heap, other than yours, Mormon. I mean, Graveyard Cars is a staple in the automotive world. What else? Live streaming on Kick, talked about sponsors, talked about the new channel, stem cells, unbelievable experience. That in and of itself is gonna be a number of episodes. I went down to Medellin, Colombia, and whether Rampage Jackson, whether it was Don Fry, Dan Severn, Kevin Nash, Dallas Page, all those guys have been down there, and that's the reason why I went down. Quite obviously, at 58 years old, stepping back into the ring for the first time in a while, and for actually the last time, I want to make sure that I present myself well. So I got about 2 weeks of abstaining from training, and so after that 2 weeks is up, my ass is going to hit that gym upstairs, and I will be documenting that footage for you guys on the YouTube channel, All Things Goldberg. Last but not least, make sure that you go to bunkerbranding.com for all your Goldberg's Garage merchandise. I'm not a shill. I'm not going to sit here and push the stuff on you. I just wear it every episode and hope and pray that you guys click on the site and order some stuff. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. Like I said, kind of flying by the seat of my pants, throwing shit out there that you guys don't really know about as of right now. I'm gonna get out of the way so you guys can check the sleigh out. The sleigh, a little backstory on the sleigh. That was a mule car originally. I think it was one of the first wide body Challengers that was ever built. One of the coolest parts about it is it's a freaking 6-speed, number one. Number two, as you can see by the hood, it's a true red-eye. And number three, it does have the red-eye motor sitting in it, which makes it a pain in the absolute ass pushing around my garage. The papers that I signed with the Historical Society of Dodge say that I can't alter the car in any way, shape, or form, but I might try to take the engine out to make the damn thing easier to push around the garage. The Cobra, right next to it, sitting in the garage. I'll turn this thing a little bit, and you got Santa Claus kind of hanging out over there. The Cobra is this close to being finished. I'm gonna marry it with the chassis over there. We've done some upgrades, whether it's the suspension, whether it's the brakes, the interior, and aesthetically, we completely changed it. XPEL did the wrap on it. We've got to do a little bit of tweaking because it's lifting a couple places. I got true Halibrand 15-inch knockoffs on it and Magnaflow exhaust underneath, but that's not going on there. One thing that I have to throw in also, in another future episode of Goldberg's Garage, and this is really badass. I went to a local company called CGC, Cars, Guns, and Karaoke. You don't have a lot of options when it comes to painting or coating parts that are going to be under high extreme temperatures. So the side pipes, I had an issue because I wanted to flat black them. Other trinkets on the car I wanted to also coat, but I was worried about the thickness of the coating, and I was worried about obviously the heat. So Cerakote is the way to go. So my buddy Clint, who's here locally, who owns CGC, has really hooked us up. And I've got all the footage of me going up there, bead blasting stuff, and then when it gets a little warmer here in Texas, ironically it's like 25 degrees right now. When it gets a little warmer, I'm gonna go up there and shoot myself spraying them. And when we get that damn thing together, it's gonna be absolutely badass. I cannot wait. It's gonna be popping wheelies. And thanks to Holly for hooking us up with a lot of parts for it. A lot of shit going on, lots going on. So now you can completely understand why I haven't been able to post a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff on the phone, a lot of B-roll from a lot of the episodes that we shot for Carlectables, which I'm gonna share with you guys without actually giving away the content of what we're gonna show you. Magnaflow, Richard Wadis, I gotta throw a big shout out to you, man. I couldn't have done any of these projects without you, whether they have your exhaust or not. Absolutely the Don when it comes to the automotive world. So I appreciate all your help, all your involvement. And you know, over here, that's the twin turbo right there. Okay, the twin turbo that has 1,400 horsepower to the tires existing. We're gonna pull the motor. DSR is getting into the twin turbo world. And so we're gonna put a DSR motor in there with different turbos. And we're gonna trump that 1,400 wheel horsepower, and hopefully we get closer maybe to 2,000. And then it makes it a little easier for me to drive. In the distance, you can see the Demon 170. You really can't see it too much, but you can make it out because it's got one of those cool ass hero covers on it. Those guys are absolutely awesome. Right here, the Z28 has a hero cover on it. And you kind of get the concept of what they are all about, right? So these guys are freaking awesome. They welcome me to the family. Hopefully next week, like I said, they're gonna be on live on Thursday. And hopefully they bring me another cool cover. Now they have a cover for the Lawman, but I can't really put it on the Lawman because it's inside of a bubble right now. Car capsule. Thank you guys, appreciate it. What else do we got? We got a little Porsche in the background. We got all kind of stuff. We got a little motorcycle action going. You got my cue card so I can freaking actually kind of remember what I'm talking about here. Obviously no cameraman today, so it's all me. I'm flying solo. And here, we gotta show you the sleigh. This is the sleigh that I acquired from the movie Santa's Sleigh that I met my wife on, right? I mean, ironically, it has a nose from a 1970 Trans Am. Doesn't really fit with it, but you kind of get the idea. But first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. To hear the explanation as to where my ass has been, what I've been doing. Let's just say that I have been acquiring some content that you guys are gonna absolutely flip over. I just gotta get it put together and get it edited and get it out there. Thank you guys for hanging out in the meantime. I greatly appreciate it. And I promise you that number one, Carlectables is gonna be the coolest freaking car show on the planet. Number two, that Goldberg's Garage is gonna be having some of the best content of any automotive channel out there on the planet, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's televised. And last and not least, I'm about to get ready for my final match. So I'm kind of juggling all this at the same time, so bear with me. I love you guys and girls. I appreciate you tuning in. Over and freaking out. Boom. Tag the products. I'm not going to tag any products. Got to figure out how to turn this damn thing off. Okay. Bye, boys and girls.